Okay, last class we have completed lesson 8, a game of chance. So in that lesson we have studied about the lucky shop, isn't it? And what is about the lucky shop? Yes, the children have gone there, and it is only just fooling the people, isn't it? Actually, nobody is over there getting any luck, isn't it? How is the lucky shop? How are they playing? They themselves keep their friends outside, isn't it? They keep outside, and those people will come and start paying the money and starts the game as if they were the other people whom like our boys who had gone to see, isn't it? Baya and the narrator. So then finally they are getting all the prizes, they are paying 50 paisa and they are getting the prizes, and finally when the boy went there to play, what happened? He was only just losing. Okay. So today now we are going to study the next lesson, that is the desert animals. Desert animals. Now, which are the desert animals commonly you know? Which is known as the sheep of the desert? Yes, camel, isn't it? Camel, the sheep of the desert. Sheep of the desert. Like that, and we have to know how this animal, this desert can live without water for more days. That is it. Because if suppose you bring a cow to the desert place, will you be able to make that animal live over there comfortably as it is living on the land where we are living? We are domesticating animals, isn't it? So can you think we can also go and domesticate this kind of animals, peacock, cow, buffalo, even dog also, to those places? Desert area, it is full of sand, isn't it? Sand is there. It is full of sand and scarcity of water. Scarcity of water. So in such a place, can we take these animals and domesticate over there? No, it is difficult, isn't it? Why? Because these animals need water, as we are in need of water always. Without water, how many days can we survive? At the most, 1, 2, isn't it? We cannot go more than that. At least a glass of water is sufficient. But still, without that, we are not able to go further. But as far as camel is concerned, the animal can live in the desert for a long time. At least for 2 months, isn't it? Because due to its moisturization, it can have the water of its own, and once upon a time only, sometimes if rain is there or in certain places there are spring water, isn't it? They are spring water called oasis. So in those areas a little pond will be there, little water will be there, and these animals as well as the travelers who are traveling will stay over there and have sufficient water, and then they will continue their journey, isn't it? Only certain areas where their greenery also is there, little plants also surrounding. Because of water, little plants also. So these travelers while traveling, they will come under these areas and take rest also, because trees are there over, isn't it? All other areas only sand, and very far only those trees which are surviving in the sand. Here. Now we will study about the animals which are seen in the desert. Desert are the driest places on the earth. They are the driest places. In sometimes go for months or even years without rain. That means without the rain. maybe for complete 1 year there will be no showering, no rain will be there. Only after that, and even the rain is not there, how is the climate? How is the weather? It is too hot, isn't it? Because the sun will be very bright and very, you can say what, vigorous. That means it is shining very brightly, so the heat of the sun is will be extremely very hot. But even the desert animals cannot survive without water or for long periods in the scorching sun. Scorching means very hot, in the very hot sun. Even the animals, for 1 year no water means, how you can imagine according to the condition, the sun will be very hot, isn't it? So the whole area will be very hot and it is very difficult to survive. So in that condition, how are the animals living over there? Understood? So that is what we are going to study. But even the desert animals cannot survive without water. So even the desert animals which are living over there for a long time, drop of water is there, it is difficult for them also to live. So they have to find different ways to cope with the harsh condition. So they cannot run away from there and go to some other area where water and trees and everything is there. Are it possible for them from the desert to run away to the other vegetative places? No, they are not able to survive because their body adaptation is adapted only for the living in that particular area. They are not able to live on the other land. Accordingly, how the other animals are living. Understood? So they cannot run away from those their inhabited place also. For example, gerbils spend the hottest part of the day in cool underground burrows. Underground burrows means the holes made under the earth. So burrows, the rat and mice, they are living in burrows. That means the holes made, isn't it? So even this gerbils animal which is living in the desert, when it is very hot, what these animals do? They will go and hide under the earth, making burrows and living over there. So under the earth it will be very cool for them, isn't it? That extreme heat will not enter inside. Clear to you? That is why these animals are hiding in the burrows. And state insects called the dark-winged beetles are expert at catching drops of moisture on their legs, can lift them into the air until the drops trickle down into their mouth. So where are these insects having the drops of moisture on their legs? And while they are lifting in the air, while they are flying in the air, these droplets from their legs will pass to their mouth, isn't it? So they are able to have water. So two types we have studied. One, to escape from the hot sun, what will the gerbils do? They will go underneath making burrows, isn't it? Under the earth making burrows, and where the place is very cool, so that they can be over there. But again, the other one, dark beetles. How are these beetles? They moisture contains in their legs, and while they are up in the air, this may pass to their mouth. It will enter to their mouth. So they are having the water drops. Clear to you? Not all deserts are endless seas of rolling sand dunes. So every desert, we have studied that it is not that is not true, saying that deserts are only the places where full of sand, isn't it? Sand dunes means heap of sand. Some are rocky or pebbled and dotted with small bushes, while others are sprinkled with the colorful flowers during the spring season. So it is said even during the spring season also we can find flowers on the trees which are moving over in those areas. That means, can we say it is only a place full full of sand? No, it is not a place full of sand, isn't it? Because in between there are places where we can find mountains, hills and lands where these flowers bloom during the spring season. So suppose Rajasthan we are saying there is it is not completely of a desert. Many people are living over there. We can find places, deserted areas also, but still populated areas also. That means merely we cannot say the whole country is of desert, isn't it? There are areas. There are many areas which are only deserted. That means they are desert areas full of sand. Suppose think of the Gulf area, Gulf regions. How are they? They are covered with the sand, but still populated also, isn't it? Because there are people living over there. When people are living over there, we can see everything differently from the place where it is full of sand, isn't it? That is why they are saying deserts means it is not a vast land of sand, but even people, animals, everyone are living over there, isn't it? Now got the idea of how are these two animals surviving in the area? Deserts are the driest place on earth and sometimes go for months or even year without the rain. But even the desert animals cannot survive without water. That is a common fact. That means living things, all living beings need water for a long period in the scorching sun. So even those animals living over there, and if for completely 1 year, not a drop of water they are getting, can they survive? They are not able to survive, isn't it? So they have to find different ways of coping with the harsh conditions. So they have to find another way to solve this problem, isn't it? That means to live, how to live without water, or how they can live when there is no water, isn't it? For example, the arbit spend the hottest part of the day in cool underground burrows. So they may make burrows under the earth, and especially when we go deep into the earth, it is very cool, isn't it? So they in that cold region they are able to survive rather than on the scorching sun. and strange insects called darkening beetles. Another one, darkening beetles are experts at catching drops of moisture on their legs. They will catch the droplets in their moisture in their contents in their legs, and the drops trickle down into the mud. Slowly while they are in the air, it will pass through their mouth. Not all deserts are endless seas of rolling sand dunes. Some are rocky or pebble. Pebble means small rock, and dotted with small bushes, while others are sprinkled with the colorful flowers during the spring. So like our area, not it is very equal to the place where we are living, but somehow a little bit different from that. Still, there are people living over there. There are trees which are blooming during the season, spring season, and they are sufficient with the water also. Clear? There are more than 2,300. How many are there? 2,300 species. 2,300 different kinds of snakes around the world. So about 2,000 different species of snakes. Snakes are around the world, ranging from just 15 centimeters long to more than 11 meters. So they are about 15 centimeter to 11 meters. So you can imagine the length of that animal. You can imagine the length of the animal. Only that means not seen in our places in 15 centimeter and going up to 11 meters. So how much length it is, you can imagine. Most snakes are quite harmless, but majority of them are not very harmful. Majority of them are harmless. Majority of them are harmless. But there are a few that are so poisonous they can kill a human being with just one bite. That means in cobra and in our case of python. Those snakes, what they will do? They can have they will eat this human being also with a wide open mouth, just catching hold of the person. They will take inside, isn't it? So such kind of snakes are also seen in those desert area. With one bite itself, they can kill human being. Most snakes lay eggs, but there are many which give birth to young ones also, like mammals, isn't it? Giving birth to the young ones, and at the same time, some are there laying eggs. In the dry rocky desert of America lives a rather evil looking snake with a very bad reputation. Evil looking means like a evil, that means not at all pretty to see it, so ugly animal. Its frightening rattle can be heard as far as 30 meters away, and it can strike with the lightning speed. That means like the lightning. Before the rain you can see the lightning and thunder, isn't it? That flash of light we cannot say how long it is staying over there, just passing only, isn't it? Within second it will pass. Similarly, this rattlesnake of this ferocious snake, that is the evil looking snake also, just it is very high in speed, like the thunder, equal to thunder. That means when we see in one place, within short second it will reach to the other part. That much fast it is, very quick movement of the snake. And about the 30 meters away. So if the snake is over 30 miles far, and when it is raking, the sound is being heard after the long distance, about the 30 meters. So the distance from there till the snake is there, so that distance about 30 meters far, we are able to understand that evil snake is somewhere in that area. Understood? That is the signal of that snake which had come over there. Understood now? So already we have said about the 2300 different kinds of snakes are there. Some are poisonous and some are not poisonous. That means not harmful. But still there are poisonous, very poisonous snakes which can attack human beings and have it, isn't it? And at the same time, some are evil looking, ugly looking snakes also, which seems to be very dangerous. They are very quick in their action, like the lightning. Clear to you? There are more than 2300 different kinds of snakes around the world, ranging from just 15 meters to long to more than 11 meters. Most snakes are quite harmless, but there are a few that are so poisonous that can kill a human being with just one bite. Most snakes lay eggs, but there are many which give birth to young ones. In the dry rocky deserts of America lives a rather evil looking snake with a very bad reputation. Its frightening rattle can be heard as far as 30 meters away and can strike with lightning speed. So very fast, the movement of the snake is very fast. That evil looking snake which is seen in America is very dangerous, and it is very quick in its movement. You can see the picture given in your textbook. Now coming to the third, in the rattlesnake. Next one is rattlesnake. That is always seen in our place also, rattlesnake or rattler, as it is sometimes called, prefers to avoid people if it possibly can. That means it run away when seeing the human beings. Understood? That means that animal, that creature is very frightening. It holds its tail upright and rattles the end whenever it is disturbed. So if anybody goes for disturbing, it will make the tail rattle and make the sound, produce the sound. In the hope that the intruder will go away. Intruder means the person who had come over there by force. So suppose that it is on the way and somebody is coming over there, and naturally when we see the snake, what we do, we get frightened, isn't it? At the same time that creature also is getting frightened, and in order to escape from the creature we are running, and in order to escape from us the creature is also running. So in both ways, both are frightened only. In the sense of frightening, each are getting disturbed and each are getting attacked also, isn't it? So suppose if the rattlesnake is somewhere far on the way, and it understands that somebody is over there, what happens? It will move its tail and makes the sound so hard in order to make the person run away. So we see that what we will do, with great fear we will run away from that place, isn't it? At the same time, who also feeling that fear? The snake also is having the fear. So both are trying to escape from the attack, isn't it? Nothing else. However, if it rages are ignored and it feels threatened, it will ready to bite. And suppose the person is not willing to run away, and instead of that he is going to attack the animal, what will it do? It will bite. It will bite. So first of all, it is giving the signal that to run away, and if that person is not willing to run away, again coming forward to attack it, the next step is what? It will bite. But the ratter itself cannot hear the noise, its own tail makes. So only the person can hear the sound made by that tail rattling sound, but the snake itself did not come to know the sound. Understood? Like most snakes, it hears through vibrations in the ground. So all the snakes, how are they knowing that somebody is walking over there or something is there? From the vibration that is felt on the earth, isn't it? Because it is a crawling animal and the whole body is attached to the earth, isn't it? It is connected to the earth, and while the vibration of any person standing over there is there, movement of any person is there, that the moment it seems to have the vibration on the earth, and that is being sensed by that creature. Understood? That is how the snake comes to know somebody is near it. Otherwise it is having no eyes or ears. Understood now? If the person walks nearby, the snake can feel the movement, because the person is moving, that the movement is being seen on the on the earth, and from that earth the vibration of that movement will be understood by the snake. But if the same person were to shout, it would not hear anything. But instead of that, the person is standing there and shouting, no sound is being heard by that creature. Rattlesnakes are very common and widespread animals living right across the American continent from Canada to Argentina. They feed on a variety of prey including mice, owls, rats, chimpanzees, and many others. So small creatures, they are the victims over there, and they are the prey, they are the food. Rattlesnakes kill their prey with the vermin. They are having poison. Vermin means poison. Like all snakes, they swallow the unfortunate animals whole. They also eat the whole thing. If the rat is there, and if it catches the rat, the whole creature goes inside its mouth. Few snakes have to eat more than once a week, and some, such are the larger pythons, can survive for a year or more without eating python. They are the biggest ones, and they will attack the human beings. And once the food is taken inside, that is sufficient for them over a year. The whole year there is no need for them to go and find food. The food what they have is sufficient to survive for a year. Understood now? So understood the difference between the snakes? Okay, now we will go through it once more. The whole, I'll read it, just listen to the lesson. Deserts are the driest place on earth and sometimes go for months or even year without rain. But even the desert animals cannot survive without water for a long period in the scorching sun. So they had to find different ways to coping with the harsh conditions. For example, the gabbles spend the hottest part of the day in cool underground burrows. And strange insects called the darkling beetles are experts in catching drops of moisture on their legs, then lifting them into the air until the drops trickle down into their mouth. Not all deserts are under seas of rolling sand dunes. Some are rocky or pebbly and dotted with small bushes, while others are sprinkled with the colorful flowers during the spring. There are more than 2,300 different kinds of snakes around the world, ranging from just 15 centimeters long over 11 meters. Most snakes are quite harmless, but there are a few that are so poisonous they can kill the human being with just one bite. Most snakes lay eggs, but there are many which give birth to their young. In the rocky, dry deserts of America lives a rather evil-looking snake with a very bad reputation. Its frightening rattle can be heard as far as 30 meters away, and it can strike with lightning speed. But the rattlesnake, or rather rattler, as it is sometimes called, prefers to avoid people if possibly can. It holds its tail upset and rattles the end whenever it is disturbed, in the hope that the intruder will go away. However, if its warning are ignored means not understood, and it feels threatened, it will coil ready to bite. But the rather itself cannot hear the noise of the talker makes. That means it is not hearing the noise. Like most snakes, it hears through vibration in the ground. So how do the snakes come to know vibration? They are not hearing anything. Only the vibration that is felt on the earth. We are making them understand that somebody is over there. Understood? That means some movement is over there. If the person lies nearby, the snake can feel the movement. But if that same person were to shout, it will not hear. It is not hearing. Rattlesnakes are very common and widespread animals, living right across the American continent from Canada to Argentina. They feed on a variety of prey, including mice, goats, rats, chimpanzees, and many other small animals. Rattlesnakes kill their prey with the woman. Woman means a poison. Means poison. Like all snakes, they swallow the unfortunate animal whole. That means the animal which are come to its get as that means the whole thing goes inside this whole. Few snakes have to eat more than once a week, and some, such as the larger python, can survive for a year or more without eating. So, which is the snake which can live for a year without the food? Pythons. They can live for a year without food. Because if they have a good food once upon a time, if they are able to have a good food, that food will remain for that animal to live for the whole year. There is no need of that to find the prey in between the time. Isn't it? Because it can have human beings with one bite itself. Human being can go inside its mouth, and that will remain over there, and slowly it will get digested. Isn't it? So that means slowly getting digested means for a long time the food is inside sufficient. The food is sufficient for that creature. Clear to you? So we have studied about the snakes up to then. Now we are coming to the next one is mongoose. Now tell me. So how do desert animals survive without water? How do they live without water? No. Some animals go under make burrows and hide over there, and some will have their moisture in their legs, like dark beetles, isn't it? They are having the moisture in their legs, and as they are flying in the air, it passes through their mouth, isn't it? As a result, they are able to survive in the desert without water. Now we are coming to the next one, that is the snakes. Mongoose.